You, what's good? What's good? Let me just do a little thing here and there, and I'm done. I'm done. My bad, y'all. Up to the comments. Jay Bryant, what's up? He said, keep doing that work. What's going on? I don't hear myself, man. Make sure y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. My mic don't sound like it's on. I can hear myself again now. Hold up. What up? What up, Anthony Evans? What's good, man? What's good? Agent 9, my man. What's good, man? Yeah, man. I'm geriatric with the eyes right now. Young man, what up, Brody? Hit me up later, man. Matter of fact, you could jump on here, man, because me and Maine, that's my brother, man. He be having like classic conversations. Some are good for TV, some not so good for TV. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna keep those off TV. But Main Man is a classic conversationalist, man. Like there's always some one-liners and some good quotes when we talk, man. That's my bro, man. A lot of some of the content ideas, a lot of it actually, when I actually get a chance to talk to him. He a trucker, so he always on the road. When I get a chance to talk to him, we always come up with some classic content. Like one that he's famous for is the Mike McCarthy's AKOYE. Anybody who's seen that, I know y'all. If y'all have seen it, I know y'all like it. And that was all man. He produced that joint, man. He was like, "Yo, man, this what you do." Got all the research done, did his thing, man. So, what up, Brody? What up, young man? Show him some love, man. It's my brother. All right, it's 30 of y'all in here. We can get it cracking. It's been a week, man. I feel tired already, and I ain't even done nothing yet, man. He said, "What's up, Okoye? You've been on fire." Yeah, like I've been on fire, but like it feel like literally on fire, not like hot and everywhere. I mean, like somebody burning me. Yeah, I mean, P. Walker was good. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Yeah, right back at you, Brody. Right back at you. Hold up. He said, Alpha Mason said, hit that like button. Definitely hit that like button. He said, about to check in at the Coke facility. Will do, bro. All right. Yeah. I know. I know. Don't be nervous, neither, man. Special K, what's up, Brody? He said, what up, Okoye? Daniel, what up? Who we got? We got Bryce Chopper. He said Miami 40, Cowgirls 20. I'm gonna let you even say Cowgirls because I know you're an Eagles fan. We welcome shit talkers here. Just know that don't be mad when we throw the shit back at you. That's all, you know what I mean? Because sometimes we will. But today's friendly fire because we beat the shit out of y'all. So I got nothing bad to say about you, buddy. Plus, y'all got your own problems, man. So, they say, what's that saying? You shouldn't throw stones when you live in a glass house. You know what I'm saying? And what 50 say? And if you got a glass jaw, nigga, watch your mouth because I'll break your face. That's my shit. But yeah, man. Let's see. He said, "Are you training Tuck for the fight?" Yeah, I heard Tuck, and Brunson. They got some hands to throw, man. And I'm an instigator when it comes to boxing. I ain't gonna let y'all get like serious and serious. You know what I mean? But they could definitely come to Philly and throw them hands, man. I got to call and orchestrate that one. That'd be probably like my first ever promoted fight, self promoted. You know what I mean? I'll get that joint cracking. They say misery loves company. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know why he came here because we ain't miserable over this piece. So this ain't the right kind of company. He can go back. He in Philly. You know what I mean? It's a lot of shit going on with y'all, man. Y'all go do your thing. After 1 year, these Philly fans think Jalen better than Dak. Shake my head. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even gonna get into that yet because it's a lot more stuff to talk about. Just giving this week some random updates, man. For clarity's sake, I don't even really need to be clear, but y'all know what I meant and y'all know what I mean because I really, I don't care. But this week's been a crazy week because I've been dropping film not just this week, but probably for like the last 2 months, talking about Micah Parsons, moving back to the middle linebacker more, not permanently and only. That's where the argument I think is coming from with a lot of these guys, a lot of these people that are on Twitter going at me like, oh man, they want the best pass rusher in the game to be an off-ball linebacker. And such is not the case. Such is not the case. But I do want him to earn the right to pass rush, and I don't want him having games where he has two tackles because they chose to run the ball. I want someone to stop the run. Now, if you were to use Evans and Clark to do that, or if Bell was sufficient to do it, I don't give a damn where Michael Parsons line up. But when they show me that they can't do it, or you're not going to use Evans and you're not going to use Micah to stop it, then I have a problem. So I think my problem is more so the personnel usage than it is me thinking that Micah has to play middle linebacker. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if he was setting the edge and making his plays from there in the run situations, if when they ran at Micah, his instincts were to set the edge and actually stop the run and break down like D Law does when you run at him, like a defensive end does, then I wouldn't say anything. But he doesn't do that. His instincts, the reason he doesn't look great when you run his side, is because his instincts is go get it. And if you have that go get it mentality, a linebacker's mind doesn't work for a defensive end because a defensive end has to be a little bit more patient. And that's because you got to keep your head on the swivel. You got to watch for those inside trap blocks or those dart blocks that are coming across the line of scrimmage, especially in Miami. You got to worry about that. They do some looping dart blocks with the fullback and tight ends that are like crazy, man. But you got to look inside for those types of things. And also, you got to make sure that that quarterback isn't breaking contain or doing some RPO type stuff. So it's a lot more, relaxation that comes into playing the run from a defensive end's perspective. Whereas a linebacker, you can cut loose. So because he has a cut loose mentality, I said what I said, and I mean exactly what I said. Now, obviously, people are like, well, Michael Parsons said he doesn't want to do it. He did say that. And not only did he not say it, what do you think he's gonna say? Yeah, shit on Damone Clark. Yeah, fuck Marquise Bell. Of course, he's not gonna say that. He can't say that. He did say that he does some good things off the ball, but this is the regular season, and we got to let other guys get their tick. He mentioned Damone Clark for a reason by name because we all know what we watched on film, and I'm not shitting on that man. I think Damone Clark is a victim of not only his neck, but LVE's tutelage, and I'm not shitting on LVE either. But they both had catastrophic neck injuries, and they're in a position that is probably the most violent position on the defensive side of the ball, because you're doing a little bit of everything. You have to be able to run, you have to be able to hit, stick your head in there and hurt shit. I got a super chat, so I'm gonna have to slow down a little bit, jump back to that. Matt, what up, man? I see you in there. I see you in there. He said, this is James Tyson, though, gave me $10. He said, he said, hey, big up, yay, for Micah, your LB or your linebacker content and pushing that narrative. Keep fighting against the establishment. Many of us are behind you. Hey man, we about to, what do you call it? Escape LA, escape Alcatraz, all that. Um, I'm glad you noticed that, and that's something I wanted to talk about a little later too. But I guess we could talk about that now because it's part of the conversation. With new media springing up all crazy, not just from fans but from players alike. You got Darius Slay with his show. You got the Kelsey brothers. You got Hankins. You got Micah Parsons. Got a lot of guys springing up right now with shows both in the league and then retired as well. You got guys that I think they kind of paved the way with I Am Athlete. Shout out to those guys who started that, and then also Pivot. You got all these different shows that showcase the mindset of an athlete or showcase sports from a different purview, right? So I'm all for changing or tilting a narrative to fit and suit what the fans actually want to know. You know what I mean? Everybody thought I was coming at Micah when I said what I said, and I dropped the film. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm bigging you up. And that's real shit. And I'm not walking it back because this ain't what happened on the other side. I think Bryce Chopper know what I'm talking about with LB. LB, my man. I think that AJ, went a little too hard at him on that tweet, but it gave him some buzz. So I don't think LB mad about it. Lord Brunson, shout out to him. I don't think he mad about it because he gonna win because of it, even though he's like the biggest cowboy troll there is. And I'm not backbiting when I say that. I think he knows that, and I'll tell him that to his face. He know what the fuck it is. But that's my guy. But at the end of the day, you know, that even shows the reach of new media because his show, I mean, his comments made it all the way to Skip Bayless's show. So when you look at that, it tells you the impact that a lot of these guys have out here in this new media space, right? And it's important. It's important because the truth very rarely gets told when you allow those who are simply looking for clicks to control the narrative and the voice of these players. So I think a lot of them are refreshed when they actually find channels that speak truth to power, right? I know J. Lou has retweeted some of the stuff I've said because people were killing him after that Carolina game, and he vindicated himself, and I'm glad he was able to do that. You know, and there's a lot of other players who've done the same, and just keep in mind nobody's out here looking to be disrespectful, but I do want those questions answered. And I think that Micah Parsons understands that he has to toe a certain line. But you can't tell me that when you watched his film as a rookie, he lined up about 400 snaps at D line as a rookie, and about 400 snaps at linebacker. And to date, that's his best season ever. He has just the same amount of sacks he had last year, same amount of sacks he has this year so far. Well, one less now this year, but he's averaging about 13 to 15 sacks. That's what he's going to have this year, maybe 15. If he finishes out with a couple more, maybe 15, 16. But he got 13 only on the line half the time. So that just lets you know how impactful he is, even when he's off ball. So, like I said, that argument for me is dead until they do something about it. I'm glad it's out there because now you can't ignore it. And now you can't go into a game getting run through like Swiss cheese or diarrhea and not address it because you know that we know. And that's all I really was intending to do is like put the team on notice, put the coaches on notice, like the fans understand football enough to understand that we can stop the run. We have the personnel to stop the run. And for whatever reason, something, whether it's nepotism, whether it's whatever you want to call it, they're not doing it. And that is always going to be a problem, man. Let me give a couple more of y'all shout out in here, and we're going to keep it moving. Um, Matt said AJ was getting on someone's ass. Brunson? Yeah, he was. That was Brunson. He was tearing Brunson up on there, man. That was crazy. Yeah, I mean, I was like, damn. I'm glad he ain't do that. But see, Brunson kind of calmed down off of it. You crazy. Like, you going don't at me and talk crazy because now we just gonna have a show. You gonna make me famous. I'm gonna make you famous too. I don't give a shit. I don't believe in stars. We all the same. You bleed like I bleed. We regular human beings. It's just that you play football, and I like that. But that don't mean you get to talk to me crazy, man. I love y'all, but don't do that to me because I'm gonna talk just as crazy right back to you. But when it's respect, y'all know I'm respectful. I respect everybody who respect me, and I respect those who treat people how I judge people how they treat people that they don't have to be nice to. People forget Minnesota game ever happened. Yeah, they do, man. They definitely do. DP Johnson, what's up? He said, Okoye, funny part is we had convos 2 years ago. Anyone acting like this shit is new, snitching on themselves. Remember, Jerry said, protect the queen, not the fans. Yeah, facts. We had this conversation. We've been talking about this for a minute. Um, He's Lewis Staggers. He said I'm late, but here, what's good, homie? What's good with you, bro? Loving Aries, where you been at? I ain't seen you in a minute. Stop it. Stop cheating on me. You be on these other people's streams, don't you? I'm gonna be watching. 'Cause I think you be sneaking off on me. You know what I'm saying? You sneak off on the busy man. You know what I mean? Sneak off on the busy man. Not worried about RPO this week. All pocket with Tua. That's a fact, though. Getting into the film a little bit, just talking about it a little bit. When you look at what Tua is able to do, Tua is a dangerous guy, right? He's because their offense is predicated on timing. But the beauty of it, the scary part and the beautiful part of this game is it's strength on strength in this game because we're number one in pass rush and pressure and he doesn't move around a lot. And they're a great, probably the best timing offense in the league, and speed kills, right? So the only way to disrupt them is to do what we do, which is throw their timing off. And if we don't throw their timing off, they like to attack cover one and cover three. They want you in cover one and cover three, and that's all we play. So if we don't get there up front, it's gonna be a long day. If the offense stutters a little bit and the defense isn't getting turnovers in that first half and they're able to get a lead on us, it's gonna be a long day. We're gonna have that. We ain't gonna have to have this conversation about the run game again if they're up in the at halftime or if the game is close. Game cannot be. We got to be up going into the second half. That's just how I think. The offense is going to have to pace the Dolphins and make sure they feel that they need to score because that keeps them throwing the ball. If the Dolphins play balanced and they're able to run the ball against us and we come out just as stubborn as we were last week, we're going to be pissed off at the end of this game. Now, this isn't a game that we can't win, but it's a styles make fight type of game. And I think to date, I don't think there's a style, that has aligned with us better than the Miami Dolphins. Other than the fact that Tua can't run, I would think the only other thing that we don't like defensively is a running quarterback. That's the only thing they ain't got, but they don't need them to run because they got speed everywhere else. So, if and they get the ball out quick. So if we are not on point with those edges, edge control is the most important thing. If we're not on point with those edges, setting the edge properly and have our guys flowing to the ball aggressively, everyone like their hair is on fire, we're gonna have a problem. I was watching last week, we were watching film of D Law and those guys actually, matter of fact, I'm gonna put a little bit of the film up here. I'm gonna let y'all watch that while we while we uh while we talk because it's telling. It's gonna be small because I'm gonna put a little media box over here so that we could put some. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Media box. Where should I put it? I'm gonna put it over Dak's head. Boom. Yeah, we gonna say that. All right, let me find it. Boom. Oh no, they took me out. They took me all the way out the joint. I put this back. What you doing, bro? Yeah, they took me out the joint. Now I don't like that layout. But let me add the video. Maybe when I present, it'll do something different. Uh-huh. All right. Let me see this if this layout work. That one don't work. That one don't work. That one don't work. That one works. There we go. So let me see. Where should I sit? Right here. Let me move over a little bit. So when you look, man, I move my chair over because every time I lean over, I'm out of the camera and shit. But when you look at our defense and when you look at the way we were able to the way we stopped the run. Uh, you see D Law right there. Actually, like that's what I was talking about too when I was talking about people running to the ball with their hair on fire. D Law and Wanye Thomas were the only people that showed me on screen. And there you go, Chauncey did it too there. But they were the only ones on screen that were playing like they were giving their full effort, man. Like really running to the football, rallying to the football. We didn't get a lot of that out of everyone else. And I know there was a bug going around. There's actually a bug going around Philly right now too. But there was a bug going around, stomach bug that maybe affected some of these guys. I'm not sure. But when I watched these lanes from the outside, I'm talking about, and so from the effort of running to the ball, that's what I mean by affected. I'm not giving that excuse when it comes to the linebackers and these guys getting pushed off the ball because I don't think it had anything to do with them not being good players. I think it had everything to do with them playing out of position when you have a guy that's either not a linebacker playing in a six-man front, and then a linebacker who's still a rookie playing in that six-man front with space, not even crowded in the line of scrimmage, and they're coming out in 22 personnel, meaning they have two backs and two tight ends, and you still only got six guys out there. That's on you. That's on Dan Quinn. You know what I mean? There was a lot of that going on. Let me see what this super chat looking like. I think that's Ken Lott. Does look like Ken Lott. Hold on, there's another one out there too. Uh Sunny Semi, appreciate that. Somebody joined the channel too. There's a lot of y'all doing some good shit over here. Hold on a second. What else we got going on? Agent Nine said new member. How come I think you was a member already. What you quit and came back? You must have quit and came back. You left me and came back on me, bro. Damn, Brody is like that. Where's the last super chat? I just saw a super. Oh, there you go. I knew I was Ken Lott. What'd he say? He said, Dak will win league MVP. Huh? Dak will add first team All Pro and Super Bowl MVP, like I said from day one. Dak Hall of Fame. Dak on his way to being the greatest Cowboys QB. Get wide receiver Harrison in here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like Marvin Harrison Jr. He's a beast. And one thing I do agree with you on, bro. I already think Dak is the best Cowboy quarterback ever. And I know that's like cringy when I say it to some people, you know, it is. But I think he already is. You know what I mean? I think he already is. But before we get into the Dak conversation, And the reason I say he already is, I just think like when me and my brother actually had this conversation the other day. He was asking me about quarterbacks and how I rate Dak versus these quarterbacks all together. All of them, though, not just Cowboy quarterbacks, it's all of them in the league. And he actually couldn't argue with my answer. He was trying to, but I'm like, nah, I mean, I'm not unreasonable. The reason I say Dak is the best, I'm talking about talent wise. He's the most talented. Like when you look at the cerebral game, I will get back to the defense, but when you look at the cerebral game of Romo, Dak has the cerebral game, and maybe Dak's a B plus in the class, and Romo's an A plus when it comes to the mind games that he plays. But Dak close enough. But when it comes to physicality, Dak got him beat. Dak can do things Romo could never do. You know, when you look at Troy Aikman's a great play action quarterback, and but he had the trip. He was a member of the triplets. So I never looked at Troy Aikman as being like a dynamic quarterback. That should have been an interception right there by Bland too. But I never looked at him as being a dynamic quarterback. I don't think anybody ever did. So I already think Dak is the most talented quarterback that we've had in Cowboys history. But now he has to go out and get the accolades that go with being that. You can't just say you're that and then you walk off into the sunset. So we're gonna see this season. We're gonna see. But like I said, from a defensive standpoint, if you're not rallying to the ball in this game and we don't stop the run early, we're gonna have a problem. And I know this is a lot of film this week on the defensive woes and people mad that I'm doing it. They are. A lot of people mad that I keep putting it out there because I usually say what I gotta say. Now shut up. But this week I had time. Number one is Christmas break. Happy holidays to y'all out there. But number two, it's it's disheartening because I never saw us do that. Like come out in six-man fronts the entire game when guys are playing 22 and 21 personnel. That to me was ridiculous. I never saw anything like that. Never saw anything like that. And I thought that was kind of crazy. Um, but it happened. So it is what it is. I'll take this off of here. Let me remove that. Boom. We got some of that in there. I'm gonna pull something else in here too. Let me see other video files I got. Let me see. This is the Dolphins, man. Shout out to Skywalker still. I'll put this in there. I'll put this out on his show. And this is the Dolphins and what they like to do, man. And when you look at them, like I said, if you can't control the edges and you're not going to control the edges, you're not going to slow them down as far as cutting them off and building a wall outside and letting them know, hey, you ain't coming out here. You can't get out here. You're going to have a problem if you don't do this early with the Dolphins, man. They are a team that, one, they're the number one edge rushing team. And I mean edge running team in the league. So, and then when they actually cut them off, they run these counters that are crazy, man. So Ryan Mostert and A Chain, they really have a 1-2 punch there. That's crazy. And What did the Kansas City Chiefs do? They funneled everything by containing. They funneled everything to their middle linebacker, but they actually have a middle linebacker, right? And they were able to slow this running game down. They were able to actually contain the Dolphins, and the Dolphins only scored, I think, 14 points in this game. You know what I mean? This is what is required. You have to play patient on the outside. You can't get out leveraged like you see here. I think you see a guy getting out leveraged there. You can't get out leveraged like you see here. You know what I mean? That's not going to work for us. If we're getting outflanked on the outside, they're going to be able to get north to south and turn that corner, and it's going to be a whole problem. And then the play action starts working off of that, as you can see here. And once they start working that play action against you, you're on your heels, and you won't really be able to pass rush because you don't know what's coming. You'll have Micah setting edges and playing contain when he should be getting upfield, but he has to do that because it's a run look. And if there's a run look and you've been getting run on, you're not gonna pass rush. See what I'm saying? You're gonna stand there and say, "Hey, let Tua have all the time he needs," because you're worried about run first, right? So that's why I said what I said. And then I call them motion sickness because, as you can see here, once they spread you out, and if you're in man, they have all these looks. Once they get you in motion and they get your safety moving around in that single high look, they want you single high so they can take and abuse your corners and your especially slot like this. And if they catch you pressing, where your safety is cheating one side or the other, you're gonna have a problem. So what I think the matchup will be this week that makes sense is you may see Bland one-on-one with Waddle, whatever his name is, and you may see some Gilly covering with help on Tyreek Hill. That's probably your best bet to slow them down because Gilly isn't the fastest. That's not why I say he should do it. Gilly is, though, the smartest corner that we have. And with Gilly, he takes routes away before the play starts based off of his alignment. So Gilly can do some things that'll help you. One thing that we have to look out for, though, is these dynamic rub routes and screen concepts. Even though this looks like everybody's running deep, this is a screen. Those four that are on the opposite side of the field, they're all looking to block. They weren't running routes, they were blocking. So that's just a long developing screen pass, as you can see over there. I think I should run that back so you can see it again. Let me see. Where's the controls on this one? Can I run that? Yeah, I can run that back. Let me run that back. Watch this. This is a screen. So when you look at this, it don't look like a screen, but it's a screen. Watch the opposite side of the field. Look at the tight end. He's just blocking. Look at the wide receivers. They're just blocking. They never ran a route. So these are long developing one route concepts that they run. And I said this about Hurts as well. I said that Hurts used to run these last year with AJ and those guys, and that's the truth. They weren't running routes. These guys were just running, long developing bubble screens and stuff like that. They'll have a drag route and everything else is a screen. They'll have a slant route and everything else is a screen. This play here was just it drove me crazy because they had him lined up at tight end and he just communicates with Tua and lets him know like, hey, I'm running out. So this is next play. You'll see it. But yeah, this is Tyreek Hill. But he's gonna let it be known, like, hey man, I'm about to go. And once they run in that motion, so you see here they're talking. He's letting them know what route he's running, and then he's gonna run in motion and take off. And they're playing off. Look, he's just gonna kill his cushion. That corner took too long to get into his motion, and that safety never gets out of his pedal. So, he was dead at the snap. They were dead, man. So, like I said, we have to be able to mitigate this type of speed. And I think the only way you do that is one, you got to get at Tua. You got to get in his face and frustrate him. If you don't do that, you're going to have a problem. And we already know that. So Michael Parsons and those guys, if there was a game where you say, hey, we want you rushing more, it's this one, but you got to be in position to do it because if you don't stop the run, you will get no opportunities to rush. And two, the most important thing I think would be communication. Kansas City Chiefs, although they run a zone scheme, and I think zone is necessary to slow them down. They communicated so crazy. Like as they went in motion, as the Dolphins went in motion, you see all these rotations. Their defense is changing as the Dolphins motion. They're constantly changing, rotating, blitzing, doing things that give you different looks. Even though he caught this one here, look at how that defense was designed, man. Spags is over there drawing it up and is like doing things that's causing confusion for Tua in this game. Look at this, right? Watch this motion. They're going to rotate. Now that safety's freed up, he's coming down. He's going to blitz, right? But you see, it now looks like single high. But that corner opposite side is going to play deep half, and then the safety is going to take the other half of the field. And you see here, he's able to get over top of that because they're all communicating. Even though they're filling it, the Dolphins want to confuse and have you have to replace men that they're sending in motion. They're communicating at such a level where they were able to mitigate that. And I thought that was impressive from KC. KC's defense is a patient, impressive defense, and they will trick you. And I think we're an aggressive, athletic defense, but this team is able to out athlete the Cowboys at this point, man. It's going to take a full effort to slow these guys down. Let me see what other super chats I got over here, and then we're going to get into, me giving people a shout outs. Hold up. Kenneth Flott said Dak will blow out the Dolphins. Lamar stomps a hole in Purdy. I think you meant Giants embarrassed by the Eagles by 14. Embarrasses the Eagles by 14 or more points. I guess that's what you mean. Hey, they say speak things into existence, so I can't knock you for that. But you always like you say every year Dak gonna have 5,000 yards until he has 5,000 yards. Then you're gonna say I told you so. You say this shit every year. My bad. I'm tired. I've been out all week, man. I've been going. But I'm like, you say that every year, man. Go crazy. Go crazy, man. I ain't mad at you. At least you don't never switch up. I'll give you that. It should be looking bleak. You don't never switch up. Mike Tyke said, I agree with Tyrone. McCarthy claimed the Cowboys would clean up the penalties over a year and a half ago, and it's just as bad now as it was then. That to me says weak coach and bad discipline. Um, it does say weak coach, but not weak coach as far as his mentality is concerned. I think Mike McCarthy's mentality is tough enough. The when we're if there is a weakness, the weakness is in punishment. Punishment. I hate having to keep bringing up the tuna, man, but Parcell wouldn't have played that shit. Even if you're one of the best guys out there, you get too many penalties, you will be on the bench, starter or not. And you talk shit, you will be traded, starter or not, no matter who you are. Matter of fact, Jimmy Johnson was like that too. He would do it with certain players, make it look like is he'll do it to anybody, but he'll do it with certain players to let it be known like nobody is safe. And I think sometimes he might even, and this is good to do if you have a team. You might even want to reprimand some of your best players, but you probably want to talk to them first, like, yo, man, I'm coming for you this week. You sitting down, or you sitting down in practice, or you had to fall on the sword because I need everybody to know that nobody's immune to the wrath. You know what I mean? So I'm coming for you. I'm just letting you know. All right. All right. It is what it is. Challenge accepted, coach. Feel me? But you should do some stuff like that because it lets all the underlings know, all the new guys and all the young guys who are looking up to that player, let them know, like, if he can get reprimanded, ain't none of us safe. And that's necessary. So if you talk about weakness from a McCarthy standpoint, I think that's the only place I can give it to you is like, come on, man. I'll give you an example. Sam Williams. I love Sam Williams. Love his game. I love how crazy he is, right? But here we go. Because it's a thin line, right? We in the 90s, he would be fine. Because he's like a Greg Lloyd type of player, for real. Him and James Harrison, crazy motherfuckers, man. They're crazy. But this ain't that era, right? It's good that he can run down as a gunner in special teams, and he's 270 and can run like a deer at 6'4". That's crazy. That's dope. Faster than Sauce Gardner. Dope. But the face mask, he got like 2 face masks as a gunner, and now 2 penalties on the punter, and only 1 punt block. So that is what you call diminishing returns. All right. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how many punts you block now. You block a punt. Even if you block 1 more punt, you need to block 2 more punts this year to make it count, to make us like forget what you did on special teams. See what I'm saying? So that means he shouldn't be out there, or you shouldn't be asked to play as aggressively because you more of a liability than you are a benefit at that point. If you give me 1 sack a game, but give me 3 penalties a game, you got to sit down. That's worse than I don't care about a sack. I'd rather have the guy that no sacks that just is where he's supposed to be. It doesn't give me any penalties. That's the way you have to design this team. And we don't do that. We give leadership roles to guys who act like wild men. Curse. And it's crazy. Curse and Dono are 2 of the most penalized guys on this team behind Sam Williams. Right? They're always penalized. Nobody say nothing about it. And they leaders on the defense. No. We got guys behind you. Izzy Mukwamu. And that's the crazy thing. Izzy must have said, hey, Dan Quinn, I don't like your fucking shirt. He ain't played all year. But so you severe with punishments on some players, and then other players are just, hey, Sam, you want to keep getting arrested? It's okay. We're gonna let you play. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't feel that. So I know I went off on a rant there, but if there is a time where you want to talk about weakness, I think that would be the one thing Mike Tyke I would agree on in that regard. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's weak as far as his personality. I think he just hasn't pulled the trigger on punishment when it comes to these guys. And somebody need to be an example. You know what I'm saying? You got to make an example. You know what I'm saying? When I got robbed, they told me, it said, hey, man, you got to make an example of somebody, man. I was like, man, listen, I ain't going to jail for that. But everybody was telling me, you got to make an example of somebody. They think I'm fucking Frank Lucas or some shit. I was like, man, this is not a movie, bro. I make an example of somebody, I won't be here. You know what I mean? Ain't like the cops said, well, they robbed him first. It's okay. It's okay. He killed everybody. Nah, man, you can't do that. So, But in football terms, you can. You got to make example of somebody, man. You definitely got to whoop somebody ass. This ain't the lunchroom. You got to get somebody, man. It is what it is. But here we go. If we talk about penalties, let's talk about Micah getting held every play, and then we get some BS ticky tack penalty called on us. Hey, Justin D, I feel you, man. It's true, but it's also some bitching in there, and I'm not coming at you, but reason I say that is because of this, man. Michael Parsons does get held a hell of a lot. He does, but you know how you mitigate that? Start destroying motherfuckers, man. Like destroy. I think we're like the guy that's holding you. He holding you, right? All right. Well, it's like this in boxing. You hit me in the nuts. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna let the ref do whatever he gonna do about it. But I take things into my own hands eventually. At some point, what Martellus Bennett say? At some point, you got to set the tone. At some point, you got to set the tone. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a bunch of bitches. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a bunch of bitches out here. Set the tone. Let it be known. You want to hold, that's okay. But I like Micah. Micah did it though. He knew Lane Johnson was going to hold him in that Eagles game. You know what he did? He took that penalty and he punched Lane Johnson right in the fucking mouth. Excuse my French. First play of the game, Lane Johnson got a broken nose. His shit leaking. And he got a sack off of him that game too. But you let it be known, like, bro, I'm here to be physical. I'm gonna hurt you. And you play with me, I'm gonna hurt you. I mean, you want to hold me, hold me. I'm gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? That's it. So they'll stop. If the ref ain't gonna stop them, you stop them. Now you can do that one or two ways. You can use your hands and keep them out your frame, and stop using your shoulder when you make contact with these guys, because Michael Parsons does that. You making it easy to hold him, and Mosley make it very easy to hold them. So you do that, or start hurting people, man. That's real shit. I know people don't like to hear that because everybody like, man, these are players, and you don't want the players to get hurt. Player safety is important. I believe player safety is important too, but you cheat me, I'm gonna cheat you. That's the way I think. You hold me, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's it. Especially if you want to keep doing it. Do what you gotta do. I ain't mad at you. I wasn't mad at Michael when he did that to Lane. I said, hey, he knew better after that. It was a wrap. Lane Johnson was like, damn, bust my shit. He said, "What is Curse good at this year to be playing over McQuamu? He's not the tight end stopper he used to be 2 years ago." Um, phew, Curse Curse is playing through injury, I think. I don't think he lost his ability, to be honest with you. I'm being honest. I think he just knows he's not grandfathered in enough to be able to hold back these guys who are behind him. You got guys behind you that can definitely play. Mukwamu is really that guy when it comes to his coverage ability. He could definitely erase a tight end because he erased Godwin last year, or Goodwin, whatever his name is, and he could definitely erase a tight end. So I know Mukwamo can do it, and I know Wanye can do it. So I think both Wilson and Curse are really trying to make sure the team gets their money's worth, but they're doing it at the detriment of the team. And so was Clark. I ain't put the film out there. Let me see if I got the film on it though. Clark was limping in this game. Let me see if I got it. He was limping in this game. I'm like, bruh, if you limping like that, why are you still in there? Like right here. Let me see. Let me see him run on that. Uh, it was one of these plays you could see though. He was limping. I said, bruh, watch Clark. Let me see. Is it this one? When he gets up, you're gonna see that he having trouble getting up and running after one of these plays. And I was like, oh, bro, he was still hurt after that pancake. He ain't even running full speed. He jogging. That boy did not want no more smoke. He was limping because there was a bunch of plays that came his way, and he just didn't fare well. Let me see where it's at after. Speaking of Curse, here go Curse right here. Boop. Curse could have caught this ball, man. I was like, I'm a little upset with him. I wasn't really that mad at him though. I was mad that he did this because he could have got an interception. I like being physical, but you could have got an interception, man. And to his credit, he shouldn't have been single high anyway, because he ain't a single high safety. So when they put him out there at single high, that was Dan Quinn's fault too. Why the hell is Curse out there at single high? We went to war this week, didn't we? LOL. Merry whatever holiday you do or don't celebrate, homie. Appreciate you, May Hall, man. Yeah, we damn sure went to war this week. It was crazy, but I ain't mad. I'm like, hey, they was listening. They show they listening, so I ain't mad. That's a win. That's a win. Everybody like, oh, Micah told you. I was like, Mike ain't tell me shit. He ain't tell me nothing. What you thought he was gonna say? Yeah, fuck Damone Clark. I need to play middle linebacker. You know what I'm saying? No, he ain't gonna say that shit. You ain't what you thought he was gonna say. Fair point because that's what I was thinking after the lane jab to the face. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Set the tone. Set the tone. Let them know this is gonna be a long day for you too, bruh. Especially if you're gonna hold me. He said, "Damn, we used a second round pick on a special teams player. He's not a special teams player. He can play. He can play for sure. You just gotta let him. He gotta tone in. I do think he's one of those guys though. Even though we were talking about punishing him and keeping him off the field, I really do think he's one of those guys that you have to let play through. He needs reps in order to get better. Look at right here. This Evans' first play. I was like, man, why y'all don't let Evans play after doing some shit like that? Look at Evans, man. Watch this. This is Evans' first play. Evans' first play, he get in there and start smacking. Look at that. Smack. First tackle for loss the whole game. Evans. Like he got him before the ball even started. Yeah. But I think Sam Williams is a guy that you're gonna have to let play through some of the dumb shit. Um, because I don't think he's gonna stop no other way. I think you gotta let him play through it. You know what I mean? I think him getting reps may be the way to keep him from committing dumb penalties. But like I said, we got three guys that do it. We got Curse, we got Wilson, and we got Sam Williams. They all are penalty, magnets, man. Offensively though, let's get to the offensive side of the ball. I've been giving defense so much hell or love or whatever, attention, however you want to call it. AKOYE, did you hear me, boy? What you talking about, boy? Be fatty? What the fuck is he talking about? Be fatty retarded. What's up with the moderators? Is moderators in here? Cause don't make me slap you. You calling me boy and shit, bro. I don't know what part of down south you from, bro. But you tripping with that shit. I ain't no fucking boy. Stop that. But you about to be done though. Peace. Yeah, I don't play that shit. Fuck out of here. Anyway, yeah. Y'all supposed to have handled that before I seen that. What the fuck? Yeah, y'all, who got the wrench? Y'all gotta slap the shit out of people doing shit like that. What do they even talk about? I look down, I'm like, damn, I'm getting cursed out by somebody. And it's not even a pre-recorded video. What the fuck are you talking about? You might be drunk. It's Friday though. So you never know. Hey, my eyes going crazy. Y'all hear that shit? Hey, that's probably why I'm blind now. But anyway, where we at with it? Let me give some more people some love, man. We're gonna talk about offense in a second. Boy got me kind of sidetracked. If we talk about penalties, let's talk about I talked about that already. Boom. It's crazy how Parcells was our coach like 20 years ago. Time go fast. Yeah, it was like 20 years ago now almost. Well, in 3 years. No, 2 years it'll be 20 years ago. They're not gonna call holding on Micah, which is another reason he needs to play linebacker. Yeah, that's actually true. You got a point. All right. Let's see. He said ignore B fatty. I ain't ignoring that shit. Yeah. I ain't ignoring that shit. Y'all crazy. Yeah, he said pass out some more tools. I will. I just can't give out a wrench in StreamYard. I gotta go back to the regular lives on YouTube to hand those out. I don't think I can give them out here. Yeah, I only can put you on timeout or ban you from here. You know what I mean? And I just ban B fatty. He done. He said, I got the Rich and Laws chat. B Fatty was timed out as soon as he start. Ain't no timeout. He banned. Like, get him the fuck out of here. I don't need to see you no more, bro. B Fatty, be out. Bob O'Brien, he said 33 got danced for 20 yards to the goal line, smashed by like 73. Yeah, yes, he did. Evans is the team's best linebacker right now, and he doesn't get any playing time. This is Dan Quinn, man. Yeah, they think that for some reason people be telling me that he's not that guy. I don't get it, but he definitely is. A fair point because I was thinking that I think all y'all, I got all y'all. Offensively now, let's get to it. Offensively, when you look at what we need to do to be able to attack the Dolphins, what Dak's going to need to be able to do, the Dolphins are a unique thing too, man. Let me see if I still got that film from last night. I did record some of it. Let me see if I have it because I'll pull that in. I was watching Tennessee and what they were able to do against the Dolphins, and I was like, wow, I was a little impressed. I was impressed, but at the same time, let me remove the stuff from the studio so it's not like slowing me down. I was impressed, but at the same time, um, it was Tennessee, but it was just they have a very unique defense. And let me show you. Let me see. There we go. Boom. All right. I don't know how long this video is. I don't think it's very long at all, actually. But what they do is they'll play sometimes single high, sometimes too high. But what their job is on this defense, what everybody tries to do, as far as the run go, they shut the run the fuck down, man. They pretty good at their run fits. And when just before I even get into my point, just watch some run fits. Watch 51 Long Jr. and 45. Watch how they play the run. I was watching how they play the run. I said, I don't see linebacker play like this at all, unless Evans in the game or Parsons in the game. I don't see that shit at all. But I say all that to say, let me go back to the beginning so you can see these run fits. I say all that to say, they try to control the middle of the field and force you to throw out to the perimeter at their two great corners. They got Xavier Howard and they have Jalen Ramsey. They want you throwing at those guys. So what they do is they'll give help to the middle of the field and make it very difficult to get the ball into the middle of the field. And then they force you to throw to the perimeter. So Dak's going to have to be able to make longer throws on time. So hopefully Chubb and those guys aren't running them down. But he's got to make longer throws on time to be able to beat this defense. Because look at this. I think this is a shot that they're going to take. Yeah. Look up the sideline, top of the screen. Matter of fact, I'm going to make this one easier for you to see. Boom, because I want you to see this. Let me take you back just a little bit. Boom. You gotta make these throws on time in order to beat this defense. Look at this. This is a great throw by what's his name? What's the kid's name? Y'all know what his name is. I don't, I don't fucking remember, but I know who he is. I just bad with names. But he had to thread that one in there. Like you're not gonna get a lot of space because they're forcing you to throw the ball into these tight ass windows, man. And I was like, damn, he got the ball in there, but Dak's gonna have to be on time to the outside in order to beat this defense because they control the middle of the field. They will blitz you. They do have a great scheme that I think is designed to frustrate quarterbacks, and then they can stop the run too. So it's like you can't just decide, hey, we gonna beat you on the ground then because you can't. They they're a tough team. Why do I hear? Was I talking on this video? Oh, that's what it is. I hear myself on that video. You see this? So they're forcing you to throw outside, right? But look what's outside. Look what happens when you throw out there. They forcing you to throw out here, but they're making you challenge Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey all day because they're taking everything else away. So they force you to challenge these guys, and you don't want to challenge these guys too often. And that's why they have great ball skills. And I think we could take some pointers from them as far as defense is concerned because they force you to throw at their corners. Like they give so much help to the middle of the field. You have to throw at their corners. Look at how they attack the run, man. I just love how they fit the run. Like you are not run. I'm gonna watch this again in the beginning because I want y'all to see play by play. Watch 45 and 51, man. Now they come out in six-man fronts, but you know why they can do that? They actually have real size linebackers. So if you have linebackers that are proper size, you don't have to load the box because they could do linebacker type shit like that right there. Like run downhill, boom, meet the fucking guard or the tackle or the fullback and kill him. Run downhill, meet the ball, stop the ball, and kill. Like that's what I'm saying. That's what we need, and that's what we didn't see in that game. Like I'm not hating on our guys though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you want to beat the Miami Dolphins, you better be on time, and you better have a scheme that is balanced. And as far as your rush attack is concerned, um, I could find a team. We could watch it if y'all guys want. I could try to find a team that ran on them. I didn't really look to see who was successful on the ground against these guys, but I'm pretty sure it's not too many teams that are because their offense makes you pace them. The way they stop the run is twofold. They actually can stop the run, but their offense is also going to pace you in such a way where you feel the need to push the ball downfield because so you don't want to run as much because you feel like when they get back on the field they're going to score. So teams don't run. We do the same thing. Teams weren't running against us, and we were able to look like a team that could stop the run because of two reasons. One was Hankins. Hankins in the middle of the field is a problem. He frees guys up because he's a force. I think Mozzie's been playing well too, but Hankins and Mozzie rotating is great. And sometimes those guys are next to each other. You are able to occupy four linemen. So even when they come out 7 on your 6, it doesn't matter because you have 2 that can take 4. So when they come out 7 versus 6 in those big fronts, like if Mozzie and Hankins was out there, it wouldn't have bothered you as much because Mozzie and Hankins would have took 4 of those 7 out, you know. So now you dealing with good numbers, you know what I mean? So it's like you got to do one or the other. You can't have an undersized linebacker and then have Osa out there who's going to who's going to draw the double team, and then they're just going to peel off and reach block one of your linebackers and have success, right? Well, I'm getting off point. I said that we stop the run using our offense. Our offense scores so well that you don't quite want to run against us because we're usually up or we're pacing you in such a way where you want to keep ahead of us. So you start pushing the ball, which plays in us getting turnovers, which plays into us getting a bigger and better lead so that you are now deterred from running the ball. That's how we stop the run. We don't stop the run, just flat out stop it. So those are the two ways that the Cowboys have been stopping the run, man. Um, but yeah, like I said, Dak is going to have to be on time to the outside. They're going to force him to throw the ball outside. So this is going to be a great matchup. And like I said, it's going to be impressive however we attack it because I think we can win this game, and this will be the biggest confidence boost ever if we win this game. I think bigger than even if we were to beat San Fran. I think San Fran is just a physical game. It's not they're so special. They just physical. You know what I mean? The Eagles, they beat us, but I think we already felt we could beat them. You know what I mean? Um, the Bills was a physical game, but I think we came out with the wrong game plan. So you still got it in your mind like, they're not better than us, right? You got because just let's be honest about the defense. I did give them hell, but let's talk about it before we get into the Bills game. You had the first drive. We stopped them. Even though I'm coming at Dan Quinn, they stopped them. It was just a penalty that led to 7 points instead of 3 points by D Law. Second drive, they stopped them. It was just a penalty by Sam Williams that led to 7 points instead of 0 points. Third drive, we forced a fumble. It just was a no timeout by Mike McCarthy that led to 7 points. So that's how you got to 21-3. It wasn't just getting stumped the fuck out for 21-3. So I think even in that locker room, the Cowboys are saying, don't panic. I think we could beat them, right? And they came out with a game plan that said, hey, we're thinking Josh Allen would pass. If you heard that Josh Allen was only going to have less than 100 yards in the game, you think you win that game. You know what I mean? So if you look at that on schedule, like, oh, he only had 89 yards. If you can look into the future and you see that, you're like, we won, but they didn't. So I think this game, out of all the games we've played this season, is the one where if we win and I think win impressively, I think the players are going to have the confidence necessary to carry them into the playoffs. I really do. So this is probably the biggest game of the season, minus the home game versus the Eagles. The home game versus the Eagles was so electric; it was crazy. You know, you had to be there. But I think this is second to that. You know what I mean? Second to that. Because it's not a division game, so I have to give it. You know, I have to give the Eagles game the edge. But yeah, that's how I feel, man. Let me see. Soul Goddess, what's up? She said, what's up, AKOYE fam? What's good? What's good? What's good? She said Henry had 17 carries for 34 yards against Miami. He damn sure did. He looking like Zeke out there. Y'all would have said that about Zeke. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of the undersized linebackers we have. Big Hank is truly missed. Yep. Tua is a first read guy. Play fast, take away the first read. Tua gets happy feet. He damn sure does. Tua also is a frail guy. You hit the shit out of him. I don't think he make it through the. If we don't gotta sack him, we just gotta hit him. I think he don't make it through the game if we put a hat on him early and often, let him feel it. He don't make it through the game. This one of them games where it's like, bruh, I don't know if y'all can stop this pass rush. And if y'all come out passing the way y'all like to pass, you might get smacked around a little bit. So if it was a game where I said, hey, Sam, play through the whistle a little bit, it might be this one. I'm going to take one rough in the passer from you on their end of the field, Sam. Their end of the field. Remember, not in our back, not with our back against it, but their end of the field, go knock the shit out of them. We haven't lost two in a row since 2021. Denver and Kansas beat us, and Mari had COVID. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I ain't really one of those dudes that go with those type of stats. That's great, but what the hell that got to do with this season? That's like saying I've never been shot before. What that got to do with you getting shot today? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? That ain't stopping shit. It just say, hey, that's a good stat to think about. It make you feel good. But I think this team don't need none of that because I think that's our biggest problem. And I looked at it. I was watching Michael Parsons locker room chat the week before the Bills. We were on that high from the Eagles game. Guess what they were talking about in the locker room chat? They weren't talking about football. They was talking about the cover of Madden and 2K and how he liked to play 2K and I'm like, what we talking about, bro? But it was funny. It was lighthearted. It wasn't serious and focused because I think that's another thing that people don't talk about with this team. They don't handle success very well. They are very good when they back against it, or they underdog, or you calling them shit, talking shit. They handle that well. But success, no. We were blowing teams out early. We thought that we was going to carry that same energy into the 49ers game and beat them, and the 49ers whoop our ass. We thought we was king shit when we played the Cardinals. They whooped our ass. We thought we was king shit when we played the Bills. They whooped our ass. You know what I'm saying? So the Eagles, I think we were still thinking we weren't those guys when we played the Eagles because we hadn't won a big game. So we wanted to show that we could. So they came out focused. You know what I mean? I think this team, when we actually are looked at, like the whole week, Dak was being talked about as the MVP until the Bills game, right? Because when we are focused, we play better. When we are talked about, like you give them too many data boys, they start smelling themselves a little bit, and that's just a symptom of a young team. Young teams do that. I don't know how young we actually are, but it's just young as far as we never won anything big. So I think a lot of these guys think like that, got a young mentality. I think that's where the penalties come from too. They young, wild, and don't think before they act. 49ers wasn't a blowout. The first two playoff games we lost by one score. That's facts. 49ers can be had. The Miami running backs are very fast and elusive. Elusive. Yep. Boom. Miami has some serious O line issues this game. Yeah, I think they have one lineman that's out. That's gonna be a problem. Yeah, I think we do. He said, "Still, them boys said we got to have a record for the most blowout games, win or loss in one season." Yeah, I think we got 7 or 8 games where you don't need to play in the fourth quarter. I think 7 games, 6 of our games we didn't have to play in the fourth quarter. So people were saying like Dak is having an MVP year, but not really. Yes, he is. They take away the fact that although Dak doesn't have, he might get 40 touchdowns, 38, 40 touchdowns this season. He hasn't had to play the fourth quarter in 6 games. That's a game and a half worth of stats. You know what I'm saying? That he ain't gonna get 6 games. You know what I mean? Yeah. DC for life text. He said, "What's good, fam? Let's freaking go." Number 6. Yeah, we need that number 6, don't we? Let's see. Mike McCarthy's game plan was aggressive when it was not needed. 3rd and 1, throwing downfield instead of using 2 downs to get the first down. Yeah, that was dumb. That was pretty dumb. Especially, it was only dumb because you look at Hunter Lipke and you're like, Hunter just got you a first down. And if you ever see a 1 yard to gain with the Eagles, they don't play with that. They're not going to try to play action you. They're like, there's 1 yard to get. We're going to make sure we get it. And they're going to do the fucking quarterback sneak. I don't know if you guys were on when I did this before, but I'm gonna do it one more time because somebody asked me. I'm all leaning. You know, I'm tired. I've been going since this morning. I just took my daughter to like this light show and shit, so we had some fun. We drove for like 3 hours to Jersey and shit. I didn't know it was that goddamn far. I wouldn't have did it, but paid for it, so I had to go. But anyway, um, somebody asked me to break down the tush push, right, and say, why does it work so well? And I said, I went to go do it. And then I realized in the beginning of the research that, I was wasting my time. And this is why. In the history of the NFL, without running quarterbacks that can squat 600 pounds, the success rate of the quarterback sneak from 1 yard or less is 90%, 89.88%, technically 90%. The success rate of the Eagles quarterback sneak is 93.5%, meaning Jalen Hurts is good for an extra 4% with a guy pushing him than he is with a regular quarterback sneak in the history of the NFL. The difference is we're not as physical a league as we used to be. We don't play under center as much as we used to. So you see less quarterback sneaks than ever before in this era. So now when you see a quarterback sneak or a team that knows how to play physical football, it is rare, right? That's why teams like the 49ers are dominating the league. It's not because the 49ers are special. They're good. I don't want to take anything away from them, but they're physical. They play physical football in an era where everybody wants to be finesse. Teams like the Baltimore Ravens, teams like the Steelers, like the AFC North, if they just separated those teams and say, hey, we're gonna spread y'all out like the plague, like a vaccine, we're gonna put y'all in strategic conferences now, you know, they would be fucking people up if you separated them. Their whole division is tough. The Browns, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Ravens, they all killers. You know what I'm saying? Killers. You know what I'm saying? Because they play physical style football. And that's very rare in this league. Everybody wants to spread it out and throw, you know what I mean, play out of the shotgun. So you don't see the quarterback sneak that often. So when you see it now, especially guys who are not, that old, if you were born in the 2000s or late 90s, you probably think that the tush push is some special shit. Those of us born before that know the quarterback sneak always been a hell of a bitch to stop, but you ain't never, nobody stops the quarterback sneak. But you know what they don't do no more that they used to do? They need to bring back. Remember, Emmett used to jump over the pile. They don't do that shit no more though. I think Marion Barber was like last one. That's probably like 20 years ago almost. Marion Barber used to do it, but Emmett was that guy. Emmett would jump right over the line. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they stopped that. That was the shit. But Emmett used to do that and meet linebackers in the air, still fall in the end zone, still cross the plane. They stopped doing it though. But that's when we play physical football, or when you see the refrigerator Perry play fullback and run, or Mike Allstott. We got a Mike Allstott on this team and Hunter Lipke who got a first down on 1 yard to gain. So we wouldn't have been stopped had we went for it on that 3rd and 1 with Hunter again. Make them stop you. And if they stop them for 1 yard or for no gain, guess what? Do it again. Or run TP or run Rico, who runs like a bat out of hell. Put Rico and Hunter Lipke in the backfield on 3rd and short or 4th or short yardage plays, period. A split T, a wishbone with both of them on opposite sides of the quarterback, and make them choose. Like have them both run one's running a misdirection pull or a lead block, the other one's getting the ball, and let them figure out which one. That's what I would do. Miami has 12 rushing fumbles. I guess we're gonna help them out with that. Look, you doubters always talking smack. How about you stop gambling and you won't lose your money? Jessica here cursing people out. Hell, we do too. Let's see what we talking about here. Let's see what we talking about here. Oh damn, they're just giving me money. Brandon J he said, I want to believe Quinn and Mike McCarthy are saving some of their best stuff for the playoffs. Why else would they not make adjustments to what teams are doing? Oh man. Oh man. Y'all dudes always do this every year. Last year was Kellen is saving plays for the playoffs. No, they not, man. They just did some bonehead shit. That's it. It's nothing special. Coach Marv, what up, man? What up, man? Shout out to Coach Marv. Coach Marv is actually, he one of the instigators of the Micah Parsons to linebacker convo too, man. Yeah, he was like, man, we got to spread this narrative, man. We got to get this out here, man. He was serious too. He was giving me all these stats, man. So shout out to Coach Marv. I know he know his shit. He don't be playing. Squat 600, but get your ass pushed negates the squat power. Hey, man. Hey, yeah, that's a little crazy. Cowboys should rest injured and tired players this game. Detroit game is way more important. Jay Recruiter, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, sir. None of these games are way more important. We need to win both. Like there is no resting nobody. Now the best players need to play. If you hurt, sit your ass down. Like Hooker, Hooker need to rest. Because we got people who can replace him. Wilson and Curse probably need to rest because they back hurt. So if you want to rest them for that, yeah, but not rest them like this game don't matter. You can rest them because we need guys who can play better and play full tilt in the game, but not because the game don't matter. This game matter, bro. Like we need to win. We don't play well on the road, so we need to be at least one home game, and hopefully somebody knock off the first seed when they play their first week and before we play them, and then we can get two home games, and then we can get the goddamn Super Bowl. But playing on the road is a bitch for us. We ain't been good at it. We don't travel well. Our luggage don't travel well. I think you don't want to put it on tape for the teams like the 49ers to scheme for. Put what on tape? Mhm. No, I don't think so, bro. I don't think that's what they're doing, man. He said Tom Brady was great at the quarterback sneak. No way Detroit is more important. We need a big road win against a good team for confidence. That's a fact, Justin D. Troy Dudley said it's a numbers game at this point. Cannot afford to drop any games if you want home game. Yep, that's how I'm looking at it too, bro. Brandon J, I hope that's the case because if not, we're in trouble. Yeah, it's not the case, man. They're not saving shit. Running backs now don't have that skill to dive over the line. I know, but they'll jump over you. And like my uncle used to tell me, never leave your feet. That's how you lead the league. You leave your feet, you lead the league. Now at the goal line, you can leave your feet, but in the middle of the field, dudes is hurdling guys. Like yo, never leave your feet, and that's because these guys today don't hit the way they used to hit. You remember you used to leave your feet, you was landing on your neck. That was the end of you. You left your feet, you was a dead man. But now people be getting away with it. I done seen so many terrible, terrible hits when dudes leave their feet. And I remember I think it's like Eddie Lacy left his feet one time and he left the game. It was it. Don't leave your feet, man. Lavernius Coles left his feet and Ray Lewis made his soul leave his body. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't leave your feet. But they do that all the time now because they can get away with it. They get away with it. Yeah. You play to win the game. Facts. If you can squat 600, then why you need your ass pushed, Okoye? I don't know. You would have to ask him that, good brother. They chose to do. Actually, Sirianni brought that from the Colts. That's not even the Eagles thing. Sirianni was doing that when he was a Colts coordinator with Jacoby Brissett. He just brought it here. Oh, he brought it to Philly. Huh. I feel like Ferg could jump the pile. Yeah, Ferg would jump the pile, but he a psycho. We say we all want them to win, but people can have their opinion about what's going on. Oh, y'all cursing people out again, man. Y'all be like aggressive in here, man. It's like, damn, like relax, guys. I think I don't do a good job. I must be an instigator. We gotta win this next game, kill the narrative, blah blah. Let's see. Coach Marvin Okoye spoke the facts. You were heard. The communication effort was successful. That's all I want to see is like, yo, y'all can hear us. Y'all can hear us. That Micah at linebacker conversation made his way to Micah being asked about it. Keep it going. That's he's actually playing like until he's actually playing linebacker. Um, Now that it's been asked, if they come out and they get run on all crazy, you either gonna have to put. Now the question is why Evans don't play. So now I'm gonna get Evans some playing time because if they run out here with Bell, like Bell is a linebacker again, with Curse running around limping with a bad back, you could put Bell where Curse is. You know, if you want to do that, you could put Bell where Wilson is. Sometimes I think we have a great problem. You remember the Cowboys was a team that wanted Jamal Adams a couple just not too long ago. It wasn't that long ago, like 3, 4 years ago. Now we got too many safeties. We don't know what to do with them. We got too many. That's a good problem to have. Every safety on this roster can start, and you wouldn't be mad. And can start. And a couple of them can start at multiple positions. Wanye can play the slot against bigger receivers, and Izzy can play the slot against any receiver. Izzy can play single high. Izzy can play in the box where Curse is. Wanye can play in the box where Curse is and can play single high. And can also play. Wanye could do everybody's job. You know what I'm saying? You got Wilson who could play really just strong safety. He's a strong safety guy may be able to do some of the stuff Curse can do, but he's such an evil man. You want him playing like downhill. You know what I mean? Then you got Curse who can do the tight end eraser stuff. Is okay versus the run, not great, but okay. And then you got Hooker, who's the greatest single high on this team. So we got those all are great safeties, and that's a good problem to have. But they all don't need to play. They all got to play. Somebody can sit on the bench to make sure the team is better. Somebody can sit on the bench and we can actually get a real linebacker out there. Or you put Bell at will linebacker and you run a true 4-3. Start running a big nickel. Put them at will linebacker. So you got your three safeties on the field. You could put Wilson at strong, Bell at weak side linebacker or safety, whatever you want to call them, and then give me two real linebackers. Give me Evans and Clark, and I won't be mad. Then you can put Micah Parsons on the line of scrimmage, and I'll live with it. But you can't put Micah Parsons on the line of scrimmage, have Osa next to him, where now that's a small side of the field, and then you got a 205-pound guy behind him. Because who the fuck is scared to run at that? Nobody's gonna say, nah, let me show you. I gotta do it again. Gotta do it again, man. Nobody's gonna shy away from this right here. It's just not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Nobody gonna shy away from this right here. Let me pull this in. Let me see. Where was it? Oh, it was woo. That's what it was called. Look at this. Let me pause it when I find it. All right, right there in the middle of the field, right? So when you look to right now, right, they only can run at outside zone. Let me change the view to a different view. Let me see if I can get a better one. Yeah, so you got a better view here. Let me see. Even better. I can get better than that. All right, I'm gonna just put it for the sake of conversation. This ain't the right one though. But you know they're gonna run on this play. They either run in the outside zone at Micah Parsons, or they're running the inside zone. And the reason you notice they're not gonna run a counter, at least I don't think, is because you got D Law that's over there on that side of the field. They ain't running the counter at D Law, so they run it inside zone. See what I'm saying? So whenever you got those small guys that are all next to each other, like you'll see Micah Parsons next to Osa. They're running to that side. Why? Because it's Micah Parsons, who ain't that big, and he got Osa, who if you double team him, you can get to the second level and reach block that linebacker, right? And when you look at D Law, now right here, right? This play right here, if this wasn't a pass play, I think it's a pass play. but D-Law next to Chauncey. These are our two best run stoppers. Move them away from each other. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm saying. If you're gonna play small, you gotta like think out this personnel a little bit differently. This was the past the personal foul though. But I'm like, yeah, play these guys away from each other. That's all I want to see. Play them away from each other. Let's see what we doing here. It's all pass plays. Pass plays. Hmm. Trying to see who out here. Hold on a second. Boom. Who out there? All right, so you got Chauncey, you got Mozzie, you got Osa, and you got D Law. This is actually, and then you got two actual linebackers. This is actually personnel that's designed to stop the run. You can stop them with this right here. Like you do this, I think you got a shot at winning. This right here, you can win. You can win. Let's see if they do. I guarantee they do. Do you got Micah outside of that? Yeah, they ain't running. Oh, damn, they actually ran on that too. Look at that. But why did they? This ain't the interior's fault though on that play. Let's see who screws this up. So D-Law is pushed inside. That's not too horrible. Everybody inside right now is in pretty good position. Mozzie is upfield. Chauncey's upfield. Osa's upfield. D-Law is upfield. Evans is free. Clark is free. This is good. And Wilson is free. This is Wilson's job. Yep. Wilson follows D Law into the same gap. So they both in the B gap when Wilson should be up here, out. And that was on Wilson. And then, Evans is the one that rallied to the ball. That's why I said, like, these guys were looking tight in the hips. Now let's look at this. All right. Let me see which way they're running. Boom. Let's see where we at. Got got Micah outside, Mozzie in the middle, Osa, and I don't know who's on the other side of. I don't know who on the other side of him right now. Boom. I don't know, I think that's D-Law standing up out there. Let's see which way they go. I'm assuming they running the inside zone at Osa and Bell, but I don't know. Ah, I'm good at this, man. I'm good at this, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. But I'm only doing what they're doing. All they're doing is when they see size. So right now you got Mozzie and D Law next to each other, right? They ain't running an inside zone at them. That would be dumb. They're gonna run outside them. So try to pin D Law inside and run outside and go at Clark, or they're gonna run a counter back at Curse and Osa and Micah. Let's see what they do here outside. See what I'm saying? And run at Clark and Bell. They ain't running inside and bothering with. And so when we say, "Oh, we miss Hankins," or we miss, or the defensive line wasn't doing their job, defensive line is doing fine. If they run an inside zone here, both Mozzie, Osa, and D Law are all in good position. This is on Clark and Bell. One of these guys or both. Clark needs to get upfield and break down. He'll blow this up. He can blow this up if he just plays like his hair is on fire and start watching the quarterback. Just run down here and blow this shit up. He can blow this up. You run right by it. Boop. Why you on the quarterback? Quarterback ain't ran the ball all game anyway. Why the hell you? And if the quarterback did run, let him. He ain't the one you need to worry about, bruh. Blow that shit up. Blow that shit up. Like we were doing a lot of dumb shit, man. We're doing a lot of dumb shit. I don't even want the overlay on this one real quick. I'm about to move this overlay. So just bear with me for a second. I'm gonna move it because I want to be able to see everything. Hide the overlay real quick. And let's blow this up. Boom. Now we better. All right. And comments. Hide current comment. Boom. All right, yeah. So I want y'all to see this. I want to be able to see what's going on. Look at that. Then he got routed up. Clark, anyway. Let's see. Before the play starts, let's see where we at. I think this is Nev out here. You got Clark over here. You got Osa over here. You got Bell over here. They light over here. This look like a counter because you got Micah right here, and you got Big Nev, and you got Sam Williams. These three got size and aggressiveness. Osa's okay, but Osa getting double team, you can get him out of the way. Clark ain't aggressive enough. You got Curse over here ain't big enough. You got Bell ain't big enough. I guarantee you this is a counter. Guarantee. What did I say? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. That's all the Bills were doing. It's not rocket science. They were just saying we're just going to run to your smalls and wish for the best. And they were effective every time they did it. Like I do mean every time, not some of the time. Every time. Every time. I'm itching. Oh, scratch my leg. Let's see why he runs. That's because Michael Parsons got upfield on his ass in the A gap. I actually like Mike lining up right there. Let's see why they got yards on this play. Oop. D Law is going to crash that A gap and get a body on him, but they're not targeting D Law right now. Who are they targeting? They don't know that D Law is peeling off this because Osa is getting good push. So D Law is peeling off, and he's going to get inside, right? But if he doesn't, who are they targeting? Who are they running at? They're running right at Bell. Look, they were running at Bell. They were trying to hit Bell's gap, and Bell bailed out of there, and then they were able to cut that back. They just keep doing it. Now watch this play. Now we got Curse. Those who weren't on the last breakdown that I did of this, you're gonna catch this. You got Curse who's out here, right, with the fullback. You got Bell in the middle of the field who's gonna get reach blocked, and then you got Clark out here, right? Now, obviously, when you look in the middle of the field, you will want to run a counter on this play. And the reason I say you will want to run a counter is because you got now this is Dan Quinn's fault. This is on nobody but Dan Quinn is on this, right? This is more like a 3-4 set, right? But you got Dorrance and Micah one side. You got Mozzie and Nev this side. So you got two guys that's 300 pounds this side of the field. Do you think they want to run at that? I don't know. Let's see which way they go. I think it's a counter. Oh, it's a counter. But now look how the counter set up. So if they would have ran front side, the reason they're not running over there, because look at what Mozzie and Nev did to the front side. It's chaos over there. Ain't shit to do over there. And Micah has jumped inside. Now he's pinned in there, but he ain't needed over there. Why? Because his guys over here already did their job, right? Now Curse is playing contain on the quarterback, which creates a space right here up the alley, right? When you look at both Curse and Bell is already pinned outside this play. He can't do shit. But watch, we're gonna rewind this a couple times because you gotta watch both Curse, Bell, and Clark on this play. Curse, boom, can't make it. He does make the tackle late, right? But right around the time he's making that tackle, watch what's happening to Bell. Now Bell is here in the middle of the field. Watch what Bell gets pushed. Boom, out of there. Done. All right. This is not me attacking Bell. Now watch 33 on this play. Let's watch 33. He's going to enter the screen right around there and smack. Get what I'm saying? That's why he was hurt. All right. So when I watch that, I'm not saying that those guys are bad players. They're just not being used correctly. I don't think that Bell is a bad player. He's just not a middle linebacker. What's happening to him is what's supposed to happen to a safety that's playing middle linebacker. I don't give a fuck if your name was Brian Dawkins or Roy Williams. That's what would happen to you playing middle linebacker if you're not the size of a middle linebacker and the temperament of a middle linebacker or have the skill set of a middle linebacker. That's what's gonna happen to you. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around that, fellas and lady. Let me see what y'all talking about in the chat real quick. Yeah. There's 212 of y'all still in here on the late night tip. Hold on a second. Let me clock out my clients because you know I gotta make sure my money right. And y'all don't be making sure I'm right, man. Hold on. All my homies from college in the group chat talking about something. Fuck these kids. Like fuck them kids. They're like, yo, we all got kids and shit. Like, fuck them kids. That's like a long standing joke of ours, man. Don't take it personal. All right, clocking out. Boom, boom. Like they want to sabotage us. Who said that? Yeah, they say Bell is a safety. There's nothing wrong with Bell. These things happening to Bell. Bell is a safety. He said, "Fuck them kids, man." Fuck them kids, man. Hold on, let me clock out real quick. Y'all tripping. Hold on a second. All right, let me make sure I clocked in. Did I clock in? I damn sure did. All right.
Welcome to HHA Exchange. Press 1 for call-in. Press 2 for call-out. Enter assignment ID. You have entered 100239. If correct, press 1. Press 0 to...
Hold on, people.
Time is 11:38 p.m. Enter duty ID and press the pound key.
I gotta clock one of my clients out of the home health agency. Boom.
Enter next duty ID. Enter next duty ID. Enter next duty ID. Enter next duty ID. Call registered. Goodbye.
Okay, boom. All right, here we go. People be waiting till you sleep to steal the gas out your car. Was almost yesterday, and now my gas almost at half. You was full yesterday, and now you're at half. Jesus Christ! I think you might have a broke gas gauge, or you might have a gas leak, which is even worse. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. All right, now this is the first play. This is what I was saying. This is the first play from and shout out to myself because you see it in the top corner it says AKOYE Knows Boxing. Got another segment going. I just now signed a deal with the WBC app, so I'll be doing a boxing show on the WBC IG page and on their Facebook page. And I don't know if I'll create. Matter of fact, y'all tell me because I don't know. Y'all all I know y'all gonna say yeah, but y'all be bullshit. For real. Y'all be like, yeah, you should put boxing content on here and then I do it. It'd be like, nobody watch it. You know what I'm saying? But if I did the show, do you think I already created a channel called AKOYE Knows Boxing, right? But would you prefer that I put content on that channel or do I put the AKOYE Knows Boxing show on this channel? By a show of number ones, y'all can put it in the chat and let me know what to do. But this was the first play by Evans, right? And it's a wonder why this happened. Number one, watch Mozzie because they ran at Mozzie for the first time, which is dumb, right? They should have ran to the left side of the field because you got Micah over here, you got Curse over here, and you got Osa over here. They probably would have had some success over there. But watch Mozzie and watch Evans and why you need a middle linebacker with somebody who can soak up blocks in front of him. Watch what Mozzie does. Boom. See that? Mozzie just rips the double team in half and then presses his man into the gap, right? And that frees up Evans. And also, Osa does a good job of splitting his double team too. That frees up Evans and Micah. But watch Evans. Evans is gonna shoot that gap fast. He don't waste no time. He ain't hesitating. He ain't scared. Whoop, whoop. That's how it's supposed to be done. That's what the Miami Dolphins was looking like just now. Even on the touchdown, right? Evans actually got to the man. It's just that it's Josh Allen. All he do is lay down. Look, boom. They did a good job. It was just by the time he got his hands on him, it was already a lay down. You know what I mean? But Evans did a good job. Same thing here. Watch front side. Watch Mozzie front side. So you got Mozzie and D-Law front side. You already know they countering before it starts. Watch this. Okay. You got Micah out here almost spread wide 9. You got Osa over here, right? Even though Wilson and Curse are there and then Clark is here, you know what I mean? Then they actually split Bell up. They put Bell on the strong side, which is cool. I think it was a good formation. But you see, they're gonna flip. You see them flipping? The running back is flipping. Why? Because he know that Bell is gonna flip with him. See that? Bell gonna flip to the weak side. They want Bell on the weak side because they got lighter bodies over here and they want to cut back this way. They know what they're doing. Look, so they start off this way. He's just reading Bell. He want to see if Bell commits. Watch Mozzie and watch D-Law. Mozzie and D-Law gonna kill this side of the field. All you had to do is just cut off the hip of Osa here. I know that's not easy. It's easier said than done. But watch this. Mozzie gonna kill that guy. Boom. Both those guys actually. He's gonna kill both those guys, and then so the people who give an effort on this play, Mozzie, D Law, and Wanye. Look at how fast Wanye and D Law are after the ball on this play. Boop. They after it. They after it. Everybody else jogging. Mozzie just throwing guys. Mozzie got rid of 3 guys on his own. So all 3 of those linemen, they ain't got shit to do now because Mozzie like, nope, I'm getting rid of y'all motherfuckers. And then D Law and Mozzie and Osa is after it. That's effort. That's effort. But that you knew they was cutting back based off the alignment. You could tell what they're doing. That's what I'm saying. You could tell what they're about to do to you based off of the way you lining up. If you small, they're gonna run outside. If you small inside, they're gonna run inside. Right now, we got the right size inside. We know they're not running inside. Then they did run inside too. Who they get rid of? They got rid of Chauncey like that. That's actually a surprise to me. So right here, this looked like a good run front. I'm surprised they chose to run inside on this play. They got rid of Chauncey though. That's why. Chauncey don't usually give up that easy. He don't usually get out of there that easy. They ran outside D-Law on this one, but D-Law is not. D-Law is already out leveraged before the play even starts, which is crazy. Boom. Wanye first to the ball again. But yeah, most of y'all seen this whole breakdown. So I ain't gotta give it to you all again. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm tired, man. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you guys some shout outs real quick. See what y'all talking about in here. And then we gonna call it a day because it's almost midnight where I'm at. You can see the visible size difference. That's facts. They ran back to Bell's gap that Bell vacated. Yeah, that's what they kept doing. They kept cutting back at Bell as much as they can get. He said, "Yo, D Law got them jets." Yeah, D Law was out, wasn't he? Yeah, he was out. Makes you question the scheme and the linebackers' IQ on this play. Yeah, they don't think. Oh, they don't think like linebackers because you got to understand. Like one, you got to let your guys do their job. So if I'm watching this line and I know just me. I know this. If I'm looking at the line, I say they not gonna run front side at D Law. If they do, I trust him. I'm gonna let D Law do his thing. I hope you run at D Law, right? And there's a couple times where they actually did run at D Law, and it's like, nope, nothing happened. Matter of fact, I think I got those in here. But I hope you run at D Law, right? If you're not gonna run at D Law, I know the action coming right back at me. All I gotta do is be patient and wait for it. It's coming right back to me because they not gonna run at D Law. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna run at him. Let me see. One more time. me see if I got these plays where they actually ran at D-Law. I think this is the one. Yeah, they ran at him that time. And it was another one where they ran at him and he like blew the shit up. They just running all over the place, man. It's like just tap dance on these young boys. Yeah, I'm trying to see if they what play they ran at D-Law on. That play right there hurt my feelings. That one hurt my feelings too. Let's see what happened on this one. Huh. Let me see. Where the play starts. Outside zone, they targeting Clark, and they don't give a damn about D-Law because D-Law ain't going to catch this play. They ain't worried about Osa because he's gonna catch a double team. So they automatically gonna give room on this play just off the beginning. You like your eyes at the outside zone, and then when you get to Bell getting there, let's see what happens. By the time Bell gets there, that double team on Osa peels off, and now they get a piece of Bell, and that's all they needed was a piece of him. And he just changed his directions on Wanye. It's a wrap. Mozzie dove at him, but they had Mozzie. I think the mistake here though, you got Mozzie next to D Law. I don't think Mozzie and D Law need to be on the Mozzie. You got Mozzie. Look at this. You got the right people on the field, but in the wrong place. You got Mozzie and Chauncey and D Law on the same side of the field. That's why I say it's your linebackers, because this line of scrimmage right here, though, the actual line is not bad. These four on the line, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? Actually, need to be shifted over a little bit, but these four on the line is cool. Really is. I just think we got Clark and Bell, they're gonna run at them. Like, look at this. Because those four is cool. It's Clark and Bell. Those are the ones they're targeting. The line, they ain't running in the middle against that right there. That was nice. That's what happens when you run a D-Law side. There you go, Bell. He got ran through. Damn, I'm trying to give you credit, bro. But yeah, don't need no more. I keep saying I don't need no more film. I keep going back to it. I keep going back to it. It said, did Micah play linebacker in the two playoff games? No. And then he played snaps as linebacker in the San Fran blowout. He did play snaps in the San Fran blowout, but not many. It was like 3 or 4. But and the crazy thing is when he played some snaps from the San Fran blowout, he actually made a stop in the backfield from linebacker, which was crazy. Yeah, which was crazy. Lunar Love, like your name. You into that moon goddess Hecate stuff, ain't you? Do you know how many snaps Micah played at linebacker this season so far? I don't, but I think it's like 89 snaps. 89. He had 470 snaps at linebacker his rookie year and 390 snaps at defensive line his rookie year. But he has 89 snaps at linebacker this season, I think. That's it. Less than 100. Yeah. Yeah, like he's not poor tackling. These guys just too light in the ass. Fake attempted tackles opening massive holes for the Bills. It's like our defense does the opposite of what they're supposed to do. Chris, I mean, if you that small and you got 340-pound guys running at you more than a half, like one half is one thing. When you do it 49 times a game, ain't no way your body holding up to that. The Cowboys beat up. They was beat up by the end of that game. The people that own a store in my hood are Bills fans, so I've been hearing mess every time I go in. That's facts. They talking shit, and they deserve it. He said, honestly, the biggest thing I questioned after this performance was Gilly said, speaking with Sherm, he said, DQ just let us play ball. So there is not really a focus. Are we just winging it? Yeah, DQ called one play. He called 3 plays a game. Yeah, he do that. He called 3 plays a game. You figure it out. Yeah. 33 is lost, which makes him play slow. That's a fact. You said could Evans and Damone get on the field together? You're gonna make me go back to the film again. Because they actually did. Right here. Matter of fact, here, perfect play. Right here. When they got on the field together, they actually looked okay. There's them on the field together right now. Boom. They got on the field together a couple times. Look better. Here's another play. Them on the field together. Boom. Looks better. Evans actually will go hit some shit. That's why I like Evans gonna go hit you. I'm like, yo, let him do it. Let me see. Yeah, they looked better on the field together. Yep. It looked like you had 2 linebackers out there. There you go. I don't know where Clark went on that play. Where was Clark on that play? Where Clark go? Oh, Clark was blitzing. Look, he jogging. Clark hurting, yo. He looked like he hurt. Watch how he moving. Look how he moving. He ain't flying nowhere. He pussyfooting. That's what you call pussyfooting. He hurt right there. You could tell he was hurt most of the after that pancake. Watch Clark on some of these plays. Like he don't look stout anymore. He was hurt. Jesus Christ. He's getting beat up, man. He don't look like he wanted, man. He hurt, man. Yeah, they hurt that man. Late. Yeah, he getting beat up. He was hurt. Think he off the field on this play. Yeah. Yeah, he was they was on the field together though. Yeah, there's not a lot. Clark is playing aimless football, going through the motions. He's playing caricature of a linebacker. He's doing his best imitation. At AKOYE Media, Brandon J says, was DQ's defense in Atlanta during the Super Bowl run good? I know their offense was explosive. Wondering if it's similar to the team we have now, where the offense had to score. No, their defense was good. They had a good defense. But see, they had 2 real linebackers too. Aloku and Deion Jones are real linebackers. He came here with the safety linebacker experiment with Keanu Neal. He started that with Keanu Neal, and he's still doing it with Bell. But he wasn't doing that shit before. He had KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner with the Seattle Seahawks. Then he had Deion Jones and Aloku with the Atlanta Falcons. Those are linebackers and good ones. So I don't know what he was doing here. It just didn't make no sense. 14 and 33 look much better when Hankins is in, just saying. Well, they look better when you actually run in the middle of the field and they can come downhill. Yes. They look better when you keep them fresh and they don't have to deal with they don't have to do their job, put it that way. A linebacker has to be able to shed blocks. If you That's my alarm for my clients. But linebackers have to be able to shed blocks. If you can't shed blocks, then you're not a linebacker. A safety, a corner, if you put a corner behind the line and he's not getting touched by a guard because you got Hankins in there and Mozzie in there who keeping them fresh, of course he's gonna look good. Even a corner will look good. But at some point, you got to pay the piper, and at some point, you got to be able to shed blocks. and they can't. What will we do with Roquan if we ain't gonna use Evans? What the hell will Roquan do? Evans is a good ass fucking linebacker, man. People forget that Evans was drafted like 15th in the overall. He's a top 20 linebacker and he not injured. He never was injured. We got a first round draft pick linebacker that don't get to play linebacker because we got a dude with a fused neck playing linebacker and a safety playing linebacker. They would rather do that than put a linebacker in there, which is crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, 14 isn't a true linebacker. He can do it well, but you need the D line taking on double teams for him to do it. Yep. Evans had 159 tackles last year. Facts. I wish we would have kept Bohanna for what? And they don't use him. You can't put Evans on the field without taking DQ, Lover, Curse off the field. Yeah, uh, that makes perfect sense. Good night. Have a great day at work. Yep. Good night. I think that was Soul Goddess. Curse must have had had a body for DQ. He had a body. Yeah, facts. He did something for him. I don't know why he keep him out there. Akoye, why would we look at why would they look at getting a guy like Shaq Leonard and not give Evans any tick? Is it a liability in coverage or something? Man, don't make I'm not going back to the film. Because when y'all say is he a liability in coverage, you gotta show me a linebacker that's just shutting guys down in coverage. Which Bell and none of these guys are shutting guys down in coverage. Linebackers get caught on every once in a blue. Now, Evans got a pass interference on one play, and then they try to say that that's the reason he don't get to play because he a liability in coverage. If he a liability in coverage off of one play, one bad play, but they're not a liability off of a full game's worth of bad tape, then I don't know what the world grading system is. You know what I'm saying? It's like what kind of privilege they have, I don't know. But if you got no patience for, I said this before, I said you got no patience for Izzy Mukwamu, you got no patience for Evans, but you got all the patience in the world for Kurtz and all the patience in the world for Bell and Clark and LVE when he's here. If LVE was here, this is how bad it is. I said this before. Evans has 56 tackles for loss in 5 years, 5 seasons. He's averaging 11 tackles for loss a season. Tackles for loss are sacks. You do know that, right? It's the same thing, meaning you tackled the ball behind the line of scrimmage. He does that 11 times a year and gets sacks too. He had 2 sacks last year and 10 tackles for loss. So he had 12 plays behind the line of scrimmage all last season. Last season, okay? In LV's entire career, he has 12 tackles for loss in his entire 5-season career versus 56 from Evans. But LV, if he came back today, he would start over Bell today. He ain't even better than Bell. I like Bell, who's a safety, playing better than LV. But if LV came back today, he would start over Bell. He would start over Clark. And he would start over Evans. So you can't tell me that makes sense. I don't give a fuck what you say. That don't make no good. I don't make no goddamn sense. I don't make sense. That don't make no sense, man. But I gotta go, man. I know y'all keep me going all day. But let me just say my last little shout outs. Luna Love, she was holding it down something crazy. Jesus loves you, yes, even you. Damn, well, I'm a demon. That's your name though. I just want to see small fry run. They don't use them. Chris Davis, tell Evans to play the run and on passing downs, go to the spot and cover what's in front of him. Facts. That's it. Coyote, what's up? He said we need that run stopping thumper at linebacker. We have pass coverage guys. Facts. I'm just asking OG. I don't watch tape. I'm trying to make it make sense. Either DQ is tone deaf or Jones family telling them who to play. You might have a point with that. I don't know, bro. I ain't like I said. I ain't coming at you. It's just frustrating that it's happening that way. The Bills were not passing. The liability was very low, measuring the mixture of run versus pass. Yeah. Evans is not their guy. Yeah, they didn't go draft Evans. That's the problem. Just did a live stream on my show about the Cowboys, Brandon Mason show. Oh, we gotta check your show out, man. Plug your show. I don't mind that. LV need to retire that neck. Facts. Yeah, his neck is done. No, no, the Dolphins want it. Hold on. Quinn is making me think a lot. You like next Friday? You're making me think a lot. You're making me think things. Remember that from next Friday. Friday after next, it was next Friday. He's like, you're making me think things. Yeah, that's wild. LV is trash. To his credit, DQ did want Bobby Wagner, would have made a big difference. Yeah, he would have made a big difference. Yeah, he would have. Good night, Okoye. Good night, Jessica. Jessica, I thought you said good night like an hour ago. What you doing? What you doing? Go check, make sure they ain't fucking with your gas too, Jessica. Because they doing you dirty. You know what I mean? Too much politics. We ain't got time for people catching blocks. Facts. Good night, all. Good night. I don't think the Joneses are dictating lineups this year. I think they've actually been hands off. Mike do what he wants. So does DQ. It's just DQ don't make changes to his guys. He protects them. It's facts. Evans needs to be in on rundowns. Bell and Clark are not big enough. Facts. What's next? DQ borrowing Turpin for middle linebacker? Probably. And Jessica Haggerty. You still here, Jess? See, you stayed to hold you on too, because I'm out right with your ass. All right, but I'm out, people. I got down to the bottom of the chat before y'all finished. Oh damn, see, she said no. I was telling those leaving good night. Oh, I thought you was good night, and that's my bad. But listen, I got to roll. I don't got to work tomorrow, but I damn sure need to sleep tonight. So I'm out of here. Hope y'all enjoyed the session. Have fun. I like doing these late night joints with y'all. I actually wanted to test the little overlay that I had on. I want to see how y'all like the overlay before y'all leave. Those who still here, right? Let me put it back on here real quick. How y'all like this? Y'all like it? I like that, Joe. Or I need to do another one. I like these little overlays, man. I wasn't really putting this type of effort into the content before. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing it, man. Start doing it. Y'all like them, Jones? Make sure I hit the like button too. Hit a one if y'all like it. I ain't putting nothing in there. We will beat Miami. That's what Justin D said. He said, nice, cool. I just designed that joint, man. But yeah, good, 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 good. Looks good to me. All right, bet. Yeah, that's what I was testing. I just wanted to put that out there. And then I got the boxing joint right here. I'm gonna put the boxing joint on for y'all just so y'all can see it real quick. This is for my boxing show that I'm doing for the WBC. Yeah, AKOYE knows boxing. So if y'all like boxing, make sure you watch it. Y'all ain't even give me no answer on whether or not I need to do that either, but we just gonna act like it didn't happen. All right. All right. Peace. I'm out.